There'll be no new taxes in tomorrow's state budget and no cuts to services, but pensioner rebates and concessions are in the firing line. Despite a blowout in next year's deficit, the Treasurer is promising a methodical third budget. A future program of privatisation is likely to cause the most fireworks.
It's an unusual budget that provokes anger before it's handed down, but this is not an ordinary budget. It'll include a separate proposal to sell some assets after the next election, to pay down debt and build new infrastructure. A strategy signed off at a pre-budget cabinet meeting.
That is what these grubs in here are listening to. That is what they will take to Parliament tomorrow.
We need to be loud, we need to be proud, and we need to tell these jokers where they can stick their budget.
David Crisafulli was the only minister to run the gauntlet and get drowned out.
But we've got a big debt issue we'll have to deal with, and I only wish Yelling and Screaming would fix it.
Well, we've always said that if we do make the decision to go down the sale or lease of assets, then we would take that to the people for a mandate.
As for the budget itself, not only has the deficit quadrupled, concessions will be hit by cuts to federal funding.
We have not been able to absorb all of the changes that have been made at the federal level, so some of those changes may well flow through to the concessions.
However, the Treasurer promises no cuts to services and no new or increased taxes.
And it will continue our strong, methodical approach to fixing the state of Queensland's finances.
The blowout in next year's predicted deficit illustrates again the volatility of budget forecasts. Revenue in particular seems almost impossible to predict. Analysts say it was volatile even in the boom years.
Year after year, the budget numbers came in better than expected because of the commodity boom at the time. Now, of course, we're seeing the opposite. So it does highlight the difficulties in getting these budget numbers right.
If the numbers are right, the next LNP budget will predict a surplus. But there's a lot to get through before then, including an election. Chris O'Brien, ABC News, Brisbane.